And first of all, for those of you who are concerned about my using personal email, I understand, and as I've said, I'm not making excuses. I've said it was a mistake and I regret it, and now they apparently want to look at emails of one of my staffers, and by all means, they should look at them. And I am sure they will reach the same conclusion they did when they looked at my emails for the last year. There is no case here. I am running against a man who says he doesn't understand why we can't use nuclear weapons. He actually said, then why are we making them? And he wants more countries to have nuclear weapons: Japan, South Korea, even Saudi Arabia. Imagine nuclear weapons.
About 3 months ago,
East. And if you're telling yourself he'll surround himself with smart people who stop these crazy ideas, remember this. When he was asked who he consults on foreign policy, Donald Trump said he didn't need to consult because, and I quote, "I have a very good brain." As I've said many times, a man you can bait with a tweet is not a man we can trust with nuclear weapons. And with the election just 8 days away, this can't wait any longer. Donald Trump should immediately disclose all of his ties and connections to the Kremlin and its associates.
First, what do we know? Not much more than you know. In fact, about the same. We just learned about this when we saw news reports of the letter. So at this point, I'd have to refer you to the FBI for any more details about what emails they may be looking at, what they're looking for, any more details at all. We just don't know anything about the scope of this new, I'm not even sure it's an investigation, but this effort to look at additional emails. And we don't know if these emails pertain to her time while she was at the State Department. We just don't have any more information at this time.
If they were Clinton's emails or someone who was working for her.
So again, I think we're just at the point here where we're trying to figure out what these emails even pertain to, whether they're relevant to her time as Secretary of State. Can't make any assumptions at this point that they are, but they may be. As much as they are, we'll certainly seek to work with the FBI if they ask us to, but I just don't have any more details to provide at this point.
Although we did not find clear evidence that Secretary Clinton or her colleagues intended to violate laws governing the handling of classified information, there is evidence that they were extremely careless in their handling of very sensitive, highly classified information.
I made a mistake using a private email.
That's for sure.
And if I had to do it over again, I would obviously do it differently. But I'm not going to make any excuses. It was a mistake, and I take responsibility for that.
Although we did not find clear evidence that Secretary Clinton or her colleagues intended to violate laws governing the handling of classified information, there is evidence that they were extremely careless in their handling of very sensitive, highly classified information. For example, 7 email chains concern matters that were classified at the top secret special access program at the time they were sent and received. Those chains involve Secretary Clinton both sending emails about those matters and receiving emails about those same matters. There is evidence to support a conclusion that any reasonable person in Secretary Clinton's position or in the position of those with whom she was corresponding about those matters should have known that an unclassified system was no place for that conversation. We do assess that hostile actors gained access to the private commercial email accounts of people with whom Secretary Clinton was in regular contact from her personal account. We also assess that Secretary Clinton's use of a personal email domain was both known by a large number of people and readily apparent. She also used her personal email extensively while outside the United States, including sending and receiving work-related emails in the territory of sophisticated adversaries. In this case, given the importance of the matter, I think unusual transparency is in order. Although there is evidence of potential violations of the statutes regarding the handling of classified information, our judgment is that no reasonable prosecutor would bring such a case.
Breaking: Hillary off the hook as FBI Director James Comey reveals the department will not change its July decision after further email investigation. FBI announces it will not change July decision on Hillary Clinton's emails. Director James Comey revealed the huge news in an email on Sunday. Clinton won't be charged with anything stemming from her email scandal. Hillary's camp said it's glad that this matter is resolved after news broke. Trump blasted the finding, saying a rigged system is protecting Hillary. The FBI has announced it will not make any changes to its July decision on Hillary Clinton's emails, meaning the Democratic nominee will not be charged. Congressman Jason Chaffetz tweeted out the massive news on Sunday afternoon. FBI just informed us based on our review, we have not changed our conclusions that we expressed in July with respect to seconds Clinton, Chaffetz wrote. Speaking to reporters with Clinton in Cleveland, Ohio, Director of Communications Jennifer Palmieri confirmed the camp had seen Comey's letter. We have seen Director Comey's latest letter to the Hill. We are glad to see that he has found, as we were confident that he would, that he has confirmed the conclusion that he reached in July, and we're glad that this matter is resolved, Palmieri said. The investigation was reopened on October 28, sparked by a DailyMail.com story that revealed Anthony Weiner was sending sexually explicit messages to a 15-year-old girl. The emails in question were found on Weiner's laptop. Reacting to the news shortly after 4 p.m., Donald Trump claimed Hillary is being protected by a rigged system. Scroll down for video. Hillary Clinton, pictured on Sunday morning, has again been cleared by the FBI after the investigation into her emails was reopened. +12 Hillary Clinton, pictured on Sunday morning, has again been cleared by the FBI after the investigation into her emails was reopened. Donald Trump lashed out after the finding was announced, accusing Hillary Clinton of being protected by a rigged system. +12 Donald Trump lashed out after the finding was announced, accusing Hillary Clinton of being protected by a rigged system. Moments earlier, Trump took the stage in Minneapolis for a rally minutes after the news broke, and appeared to address the crowd without knowing Clinton had been cleared again. The Republican nominee appeared more confident than usual in his speech, unaware he had lost what had become his campaign's key attack on his opponent over the past week. Trump kept his powder dry, not directly challenging the FBI director, but insisted that Clinton is the most corrupt person ever to seek the presidency of the United States. Hours earlier in Sioux City, Iowa, the billionaire seemed to think the classified email saga was swinging in his direction just before Election Day. FBI Director James Comey announced the department will not make any changes to its July decision on Hillary Clinton's emails. +12 FBI Director James Comey announced the department will not make any changes to its July decision on Hillary Clinton's emails. Comey sent this letter announcing the FBI's finding after examining the newly discovered emails on Sunday afternoon. +12 Comey sent this letter announcing the FBI's finding after examining the newly discovered emails on Sunday afternoon. There's little doubt that FBI Director Comey and the great special agents within the FBI will be able to collect more than enough evidence to garner indictments against Hillary Clinton and her inner circle, Trump said then, despite her effort to disparage and discredit the FBI. We could very well have a sitting president under felony indictment, and ultimately a criminal trial, he warned of the long-lasting Clinton scandal. A Trump campaign aide told DailyMail.com that those sections of his stump speech were struck from the script while his plane sat on the tarmac and a wild throng waited for him to emerge. Before Trump spoke at the earlier rally, Iowa Republican Representative Steve King hinted that Congress might have the last word on the Clinton emails. The investigation was reopened on October 28, sparked by a DailyMail.com story that revealed Anthony Weiner, pictured with his wife, Huma Abedin, who was Hillary Clinton's top aide, was sending sexually explicit messages to a 15-year-old girl plus 12. The investigation was reopened on October 28, sparked by a DailyMail.com story that revealed Anthony Weiner, pictured with his wife, Huma Abedin, who was Hillary Clinton's top aide, was sending sexually explicit messages to a 15-year-old girl. The investigation began after devices belonging to Abedin and her estranged husband Anthony Weiner were seized in a separate federal investigation. Plus 12 Hillary Clinton and Huma Abedin are seen on a plane on October 28, the same day the investigation was reopened. FBI Director James Comey's email again clearing Hillary Clinton. I write to supplement my October 28, 2016 letter that notified you the FBI would be taking additional investigative steps with respect to former Secretary of State Clinton's use of a personal email server. Since my letter, the FBI investigative team has been working around the clock to process and review a large volume of emails from a device obtained in connection with an unrelated criminal investigation. During that process, we reviewed all of the communications that were to or from Hillary Clinton while she was Secretary of State. Based on our review, we have not changed our conclusions that we expressed in July with respect to Secretary Clinton. I am very grateful to the professionals at the FBI for doing an extraordinary amount of high-quality work in a short period of time. The good thing is, Congress has preserved them for our access, King said. So the Weiner leaks, the WikiLeaks, you name your leaks, we've got our hands on all of them minus 650,000 emails. Anthony Weiner sexting scandal. The FBI, the New York Police Department, and U.S. attorneys in New York and North Carolina opened investigations into Weiner's conduct in late September, after DailyMail.com exclusively reported on September 21 that the former politician carried on a months-long online relationship with a 15-year-old high school girl. Weiner exchanged flirtatious and sexually charged messages with the teen for months after the girl struck up a conversation with him on Twitter in January. Weiner told the girl he woke up hard after thinking about her, sent her shirtless photos, and complimented her body. He also encouraged her to talk to him on the video chat application Skype. The girl alleged that during these Skype conversations, Weiner asked her to get undressed and touch herself. She claimed he also asked her to dress up in schoolgirl outfits and pretend he was her teacher and brought up rape fantasies. Weiner issued a statement to the DailyMail.com apologizing for repeatedly demonstrating terrible judgment about the people I have communicated with online and the things I have sent. In one particularly lewd message, he told the teen, I would bust that tight P*** why so hard and so often that you would leak and limp for a week. Back on the Clinton plane, Palmieri was quick to pivot to a more welcome topic. I have one other thing to tell you, that we are adding a guest to our rally tomorrow night in Philadelphia, Springsteen. At that point, she turned away from reporters who gathered to listen to her inside the cabin of Clinton's campaign plane. Clinton's Monday night event in Philadelphia features President Obama, First Lady Michelle Obama, along with President Bill Clinton. Spokesman Brian Fallon added on Twitter, we were always confident nothing would cause the July decision to be revisited. Now Director Comey has confirmed it. Shortly after COPWATCH tweeted the comment, a full transcript of Comey's email was released. I write to supplement my October 28, 2016 letter that notified you the FBI would be taking additional investigative steps with respect to former Secretary of State Clinton's use of a personal email server, the FBI director wrote. Since my letter, the FBI investigative team has been working around the clock to process and review a large volume of emails from a device obtained in connection with an unrelated criminal investigation. During that process, we reviewed all of the communications that were to or from Hillary Clinton while she was Secretary of State. Based on our review, we have not changed our conclusions that we expressed in July with respect to Secretary Clinton. Comey then thanked the FBI staff who worked on the investigation. Director of Communications Jennifer Palmieri told reporters traveling with Hillary Clinton that the Secretary of State was glad about the latest FBI development. Plus 12 Director of Communications Jennifer Palmieri told reporters traveling with Hillary Clinton that the Secretary of State was glad about the latest FBI development. The FBI swooped on Weiner and Abedin after DailyMail.com revealed that he had sent sexual messages to a 15-year-old. Plus 12 The 15-year-old girl revealed the texts exclusively to DailyMail.com in September. Plus 12 The FBI swooped on Weiner and Abedin after DailyMail.com revealed that he had sent sexual messages to a 15-year-old girl, which led to the investigation being reopened. His carefully parsed words leaves open the possibility that the 650,000 emails might become the basis for criminal charges against someone else. Aside from Weiner, top Clinton aide Huma Abedin could become a target. NBC's Pete Williams reported the majority of the new emails that led to the new investigation were mostly duplicates or personal. It is believed the team of investigators have sorted through about 650,000 emails in just 9 days. Shortly after,